Taste and criticism. Taste as a term is usually something we think of when considering how we understand quality of things we place on the tongue or in the mouth. Bitter and sour taste are sharp and make us recoil or pucker. Salt and sweet taste we tend to find pleasurable. But it is important to understand that taste can be subjective for what people find pleasurable. Consider some foods that are acquired taste. For some, the raw fish of sushi takes some getting used to, but once you become familiar with the taste, it is perceived as enjoyable. For others, the sharp and bitter taste of coffee isn't appreciated. For this assignment, you will consider something that perhaps, due to your taste, others would not find pleasant. Also, you will try to find a visual that is very popular and others find pleasurable, that due to taste, you do not. For my example, I'm going to use the work of Chris Cooksey. Chris Cooksey's work tends to be macabre, with dark elements with little color. This picture of Cooksey's studio shows the myriad of model parts, mannequins, and source material that he uses to build his sculptures. Many people may find the work to be too dark, sexually charged, or violent. His work tends to feel post-apocalyptic while maintaining a sense of grandeur like work from the Baroque period. Some may find the work to be almost sacrilegious or irreverent in its use of sacred imagery that has been corrupted or used as dark parody. What I find compelling about his work is that he takes melancholy and makes it into a grand monument. In its colorlessness, the values are more stark and the shapes more pronounced. They feel grandiose and inspire awe. My tastes in art are both acquired and natural. I tend to like science fiction and horror subjects in literature and movies, so it makes sense that I would also like the work of Hieronymus Bosch on the left. I also have a preference for limited color, such as this graphic design example from the record label Raster Noton on the right. Chris Cooksey's work is a blended taste of both of these stylistic conventions. To me, the work is beautiful. On the flip side, there is the work of the late Thomas Kinkade. Many people the world over love his paintings, and he is a highly collected artist. Known as the painter of light, he is known for his highly saturated color paintings of lighthouses and villages. His work evokes a utopian existence, the American dream. He did several works that were based on Disney stories, fairy tales, and legends. For me, the work is too saccharine and sweet. It is like consuming a cake that is all frosting and no cake. Many critics consider Kinkade's work to be kitsch. While this may be true, we can use critical thinking to discuss his work in terms of its formal qualities. He creates focal points, movement through the piece, and balance of visual weights. So while I think that his work is kitsch, cliché, and too sweet, he isn't the worst artist. He does compose his spaces fairly well, and I can at least appreciate that he is appealing to a broad audience.